It's kind of windy out there, isn't it? It's kind of windy out there, isn't it? Yes, it's windy out there. Yes. Yes. Well, folks, the reason for this video is to test out my throttle quadrants on a 2-engine commercial airliner. I've got my TCA Thrustmaster Airbus throttle quadrants in a 4-throttle configuration right now. And what I've done is I've set up throttles 1 and 2 to act as the throttles and set up 3 and 4 to give me an x-axis and a y-axis on the exterior camera views. And one of the great things is that if you leave the default profile for the thrust settings, one of the flight detents is the neutral position for the camera axis. In other words, let's say you were panning left and right, panning left, and then you move the throttle into the detent, and the camera will stop right in the during the pan. So we'll try this out, and I'm curious to see how it will work. I'm also testing out a new way of streaming, so this is a free program. OBS is the most common program for streaming, and that's what I was using. It is also free. This is XSplit, and the basic version is free. So we'll see. I was having problems with my in-camera webcam, in-screen webcam with OBS, so I decided to give this one a try. From my point of view right now, it looks great, but I don't fully know what you folks are seeing. Oh, well, I got a little issue with the framing. Let's see if I can fix that. I tell you what I'll do. I'll just move that down. Yeah, then you won't see. It's still, the frame is still there, but you just don't see it. Well, it looks like Portland's having a little weather today. Nothing too unusual for Portland, low visibilities. I did a test flight earlier today offline and in the dark. And earlier, I try to always use live time whenever I can. And it was low visibility then as well. Let's get a couple of other programs set up. Pushback Express handles my virtual ground crew and gives us a realistic pushback. And some other ground options available with that. And FS2 Crew's A320 flight crew gives us a cabin crew, but more importantly, a virtual first officer, which I really like.
let's start setting up.
Okay.
Air traffic control program is taking a little bit of time this morning. I don't know why. Might have to go without air traffic control. Not my preferred method. Let's get a jet bridge attached. Now here's what I meant. Here's throttle 3 and throttle 4. Here's throttle 3, and it controls the up and down movement. Is that the X or the Y? I think that's X. And again, when I want to stop the movement, I just move the throttle into the detent position, and it stops. One thing I kind of don't like is the speed. I really have to be careful, just a little bit out of the detent, and I can get a slow pan. But if I'm out of the detent any more than just a little bit, it spins at a very rapid speed. How about this livery, huh? I saw this. Boy, I had to try this out. That's quite the livery. Let's get the baggage started, and we'll get some ground power going as well. Ground tug moving into place, but there's nothing to tug it, so I guess the humans have pushed it into place. Let's hop aboard. Exterior power is available. Battery 1, battery 2. We will arm the emergency exit lights. No smoking sign on. Seatbelt sign on. Navigation and logo lights to number 1 or 2. Wing light on. Strobe light to the auto position. We will line up the ADIR system number 1. Line up the ADIR system number 2. Line up the ADIRs or the IRS system number 3. We'll do a fire test on the APU. Oh, strange. No audible alarm. That is concerning. That leads me to believe we've got a problem. Cargo smoke test. No audible alarm, and here's where I think the problem is. Yes, we definitely have a problem. When you don't have any power to the McDo, this is an issue. So, we're going to end our test right now. We can't do anything with this airplane in the situation that it's in. But one thing I did want to check is to check these throttle check the throttle detents. So I just updated the firmware. Okay, so there's Toga. There is flex setting. There's climb detent. That should be flight idle, but it's not. And then this should be the reverser mode. Yeah, it has not been corrected. That should be flight idle, and this should be into the reverse. But that has not been corrected. Okay, well, end of the video, quick and dirty. Thanks for riding along with me today, folks. Now I just have to figure out on this new streaming app how to end our broadcast.